Now moving on, this one is the transparency tool, right? So want to make this transparent, you click your tool, you click the shape, and then this is what we use to level up the transparency effect, like this, like this. Or maybe let's say it's a case whereby you don't want everything to be transparent. We're going to say this as we move on, but yeah, if you don't want everything to be transparent, right, you come to your tool here, you click left, and you move your mouse in any direction so that you can have this coming up, and then that's when you can start controlling where you want it to be positioned. Like for example, if we do it like this, now you see this black side here, it's where the transparency is more focused. This white one is where the solid color is, and this one is the change of direction, right? So let's do this. Let's do this, and let's leave it like that. Go to the select tool. Now I said if you want to have the foundation, you double click. So even if you had already started designing, if you double click, this always comes, the shape always comes as the background. Okay, as you can see, our rectangle tool is underneath the shape we put the transparency effect on. So we make this black. Now you see how it blends, because this one is transparent, so the color at the back is now coming out like it's some blending thing. And then, just as a designer, for my pride, we don't really want to see like this line right here, so just move this a little bit. Let's kind of move this closer and bring this here. The line is fading. Okay, we'll don't worry about this. If it's getting too much, if it's getting a little bit complicated, don't worry about it. We will focus on this more on the tutorials. This is just the introduction, and I know I've pegged you with a lot of things, and it's yeah, so this is simple how these things work. Okay, adjust it until you feel satisfied, and then this is how it is. Okay, now the transparency was done. We're going to this one, the eyedropper tool. Let's draw a shape right quick. Right now, for the eyedropper tool, you have a project, and you have sort of like you okay. Now maybe a client says, can you design me a business card? I already have my logo, and I would like you to use the color of my logo, right? And when it comes to colors, if someone says red, they really didn't say anything, because colors, they go with what you call it, this number right here, the hashtag. You see the H79. Okay, this is red, right? And the number is different. Still red, number is different. Red, number is different. Red, number is different. So there are always differences in colors. You can get that more. I'm actually writing a book specifically on that. On this course, we are focusing on the scale. So now, if you want an exact color, you use this tool we call the eyedropper tool. You click it, and when you bring it here, as you can see, it copies the color exactly. Now you click your mouse, left click, or if you're using the keyboard mouse, you just click on the space, and then if you come to your shape, see right now you cannot really color anything because there is no object. But if you come to your shape, you see you can color it, and you just click. Now you have transported a color from one object to another object. So the eyedropper tool is one of the most important. Now we have these ones, these two tools, very important tools. This one you understand it more as we are designing. Then the interactive fill tool. Now the interactive fill tool, this is the tool that helps you to give one object different colors, right? So what did I do here? How did I come up with this? Just go to this line, any point of this line, and you double click. So now, okay, let's have another shape which was not which is not affected by transparency. Select here, delete. We have this one, right? Now click this tool and you right click, like how we dealt with the transparent one. Right click and just move the mouse. As you can see, this comes out like this. And then let's say you want a combination of red, this dark red, and light red, like this. This is how you create a gradient effect, right? This is what we call a gradient. Now I'm sure you've seen this in a lot of designs, and you ask yourself, how did that color blend? This is how they do it. So if you want your gradient to be like, you see this one, we have one color underneath, the other one on top. If you want to have one color in the center and the other one right around, we come here. Okay, what did we say about this panel? It helps us to further manipulate a tool. Okay, so now press here, we have it on the center, most used gradient effect, this one, and then have this. Now this one, you can change the shape of exactly like this. So let's say maybe you are creating a poster for, let's say you're creating a poster for a brand that designs, actually maybe that like produces a product. You can always put your product here. The reason is, when you have a product by the center here, this coloring, it highlights the product. Should we look for a product? Yes, we should. Pictures. Oh, let's get it. Okay. Let's check this one. Okay. I actually edited this, removing the background long back using Photoshop, if I'm not mistaken. So here we use our pick tool to resize this, have it here. Now to page like that. Yeah, it won't look nice. I just wanted to show you how this thing works. And then this. Okay, maybe we want to use this yellow color. Let's go to our tool, right, like that. Okay, on the center like this, like that, like that. Now this one, we would like to make it a little bit darker. Okay, maybe this one will work. And then the center. Okay, you just click. If you want to change colors here, you just click the shape, and then you come here and change the color. And this one, make it a little bit like that. Okay, we're working with RGB. Like that. Okay, so this is just like rough idea on how you can work on it. It's not perfect. I can spend minutes trying to make this perfect, changing colors and all that, but it's really not much of a necessity. Okay, now I would like to use this red. So now, how does this one work? The smart fill. So the smart fill, its purpose is actually to create objects. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this. Let's say you want to draw a human being. Okay, use this tool. We come here. Which one do you think we should use here? Which one do you think we should use? I'll assume I heard your choice and use this one. So we come here. This becomes the neck. Okay. Our hands. Alright. Like that. Let's close here. We need to close this. Like that. Don't worry, even if it's not perfect, you see something. Okay, this guy, his legs are not equal. One is very fat and longer than the other, which is extraordinary. It's unique. Okay, now, why was I careless and overlapping? Because I know I have a tool that can actually create objects. So now we have this guy right here, right? And if we click this and click a color, nothing happens because it's not yet an object, it's not yet a curve. We cannot color this out. So how do we get to color this? We go to the smart fill and click here, right? Click here and click here. Now we have three different objects. Press shift if you want to select many. Hold your shift, select all of them, and then we created a new object. All right, now we can delete the sketch since we have this, and then we are not going to use this tool. We're not going to use this tool. Why? Because we want our object to have different colors. So now, since this is now an object, you can select, and we have red. You can select, and the yellow shade, you can select. This is a very, very dark guy. Look at his face. Oh my god. So this is how the smart fill works, but you're going to see more as we proceed.